What up, Tube? It's your boy Big Al. Right back at you with another video right here. What we're doing today, guys, is we are going to do a modification video on how to modify this GTX so that we can skeletorize it. And once I skeletorize it, I am going to use CHUK the Barber's 1 minute blade modifier to modify it. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this. And the reason being I'm showing you guys is because in my videos I've gotten quite a few comments and requests that what kind of a machine I'm using and where I got it and how I got it. Now what I'm using is I'm going to use a brand new GTX, which is the machines that I use at my shop. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I modify this machine, okay? Why would you modify machines? These are some of the cons, some of the pros and cons of why you would modify this machine, okay? There's really nothing wrong with this machine the way it comes. It actually works really good. But the modification, what it does when you modify it is that you're cutting the top part of this cover off and it's exposing the blade. When it exposes that blade, it gives you more maneuverability to what you're doing and being able to look around the front cover of the machine. Okay, that's some of the pros. Some of the cons, I mean that's some of the cons on why you don't want to really do that is because for one, you're ruining a perfectly good machine. Not ruining it, but you're modifying it. And number two, when you take the cover off, what tends to happen is a lot of hair goes inside the machine, so the machine sometimes tends to run hotter. What you need to do to alter that, counter that, is to open up your machine periodically and just clean it out, you know. But I run my machines modified now, and I live by it. So I'm gonna start off by showing you guys how I do that, okay? Okay. So the first step to modifying, and when you modify this machine, what you're doing is basically it's called Skeletorizing your machine. And what we're gonna do is cut the top cover. As you guys can see, there's already grooves here, and it's already kind of a guidelines already set up to where we're gonna cut. And when I cut it, that's usually what I follow. I follow that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna mark it off. Okay? I'm gonna use this white pen right here. I'm gonna set this aside right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mark it off right where I'm gonna use my Dremel blade to cut it, okay? I'm using a white marker type pen to just mark it off. It doesn't have to be right on the dark, so I'm just following it down the line. And that's the line I'm gonna use to mark it to where I'm gonna cut it. You can see I just made the line all the way around. Real simple. If you guys don't have a Dremel to do this with, you can use a hacksaw. Just with a hacksaw, you have to be very careful. You don't want to go too deep when you start hacking this down. So all you're cutting is a plastic. Remember that. All we're doing is cutting the plastic. Okay? So once we marked off our machine and we're ready to cut, what I'm gonna do before you cut it, what you wanna do is remove your blade, okay? So what I'm gonna do is just remove the blade real quick. And we're gonna modify the blade also, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. And this is a regular GTX deep tooth blade. So now that we have this, you can see it's just basically we're just gonna cut. If you guys were able to see in there, you could tell that there's really nothing to cut unless you go too deep. So we don't want to go too deep when you cut it, okay? So we already have this set. The two blades you're gonna need for your Dremel is you're gonna need a cutting blade, and I use a little sandstone type just to even it out afterwards. So I'm gonna place this in here, lock it in, tighten it up. Okay. Next step is to cut, guys. So basically all you're gonna do is, like I said, we marked it off. As you guys can see right here, we're just following the grooves of the machine that are already there. And what I like to do is set it down on the machine, on the table, so that when you cut, you can use it to level it in there. Turn it over, you have your next line right here. You're gonna cut it in 4 sections. Turn it over. Turn it over one more time. That should be it. Once you cut it off, you'll be able to just crack the It's that simple, people. It's that simple. Okay. Now what we do, the next step is we're gonna change our blade, and we're gonna smooth out the edges so that it looks a lot neater and a lot nicer, more professional. It doesn't look like you hacksawed it all off, okay? Okay, next step is we're gonna use a regular little stone. It's kind of a grinding stone, and what we're gonna use that is we're gonna use that to smooth it out. As you guys can see, when I cut it, there's kind of a little groove all the way around. I mean, it's not the most level cut, but what I'm gonna use, I use this to level it out and make it a little bit more smooth, more, so that it looks nicer and it looks better. Smooth out the edges so that it doesn't stay sharp. You don't want it to be too sharp. The plastic won't cut you, but it just feels better when it's nice and smooth. As you guys can see, this is pretty much, it's almost pretty much done. That's pretty much what a modified Skeletorize trimmer looks like. If you go out and buy this from somebody who modifies it, you're gonna pay over $100 for them to cut that. You've seen that. I just cut it right now in 5 minutes. Simple, easy. The only thing they're gonna do is sometimes they build a little rubber piece that goes around it so the hair doesn't go in there, which is nice. I'm not gonna lie about that, but that's something that they've developed themselves. But like I said, hair will get in there. What I do, tap it out, or periodically I open up my machine and just blow it out with my blower. Next step is I'm going to show you guys how to modify the blade before we reinstall it, okay? Okay, next step I'm going to show you guys is how to modify this blade. This is a brand new blade. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It would work perfect like that also, but what I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show you guys how to modify this. And I've done this to several blades, and they seem to hit way harder. They just create that nice precision line. So what I did is I removed it. It already has a little bit of grease on it because you're supposed to apply a little bit of grease on here, but since the blade already has it on there, we don't really need to apply it on there. This is a 1 minute modifying blade. I bought it on Amazon. They're about 25 bucks, and you can sharpen up to 15 blades with it. It's they're sold by CHUK the barber, I believe his name is. Really good product. I highly recommend it. What you do is you set up your stone like this, and you're gonna do is apply this. This is where the light lettering is. On here it says logo on that side. So what you do is you apply it on here. And what we're gonna do is slide it back and forth for 1 minute. So remember, label out, says brand name out there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply it. The instructions say we should run this for 1 minute. What you wanna do is apply even pressure and start from one end to the other, okay? You don't wanna go too fast, you just wanna go nice and smooth. When you're doing this, you could actually feel the blade grinding. Okay, that's 1 minute, guys. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but can you see the little edge that it created? You can actually see the edge right there, kind of. I don't know if you could actually focus in on it, but it creates a little edge kind of with the blade in there is kind of at an angle. So what it does is it creates a little tiny edge on your blade. And if you're looking at it, you can really see it. It's the defined small blade, and that's what creates the blade, and it gets it really nice and sharp. This is a really good product, guys. I've used this product on old blades that were dull and no good to me anymore, and I've actually brought them back and sharpened them and reused them, and they work great. So it's a great product. Okay, next step is putting the blade back together. Blade sharpened. As far as I could tell, it looks nice. It looks really good, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our blade back together. Now, these two screws right here are loose right now. I've already loosened them up, that's why this moves up and down. When you tighten these screws, this is what's gonna set, and this is what sets the blade from not moving from side to side, as you guys can see that, okay? So I have this little contraption here that I bought many, many years ago. Unfortunately, I don't even know if they sell them anymore, but this is a blade setter. And what you do is you put your blade setter in here. Remember, your blade has a little hole right here. So you're gonna put your blade setter in there, and you use this little thing to grab it. And what you do is you push up with your thumb and push down with your fingers. And what it does is it's creating the blade setter has a little pocket right there where the blade sets, and sets it to the right amount. So what you do is just give it a nice little firm tug, and then I just tighten up my blades, my screws, starting with the top one first. Looks good to me. First time set too. Okay, our blade is set, blade is sharpened, our machine is Skeletorize. Now I'm gonna set the blade on here. And just put it all back together. That's it, guys. That's your Skeletorize machine. Now you can tell without the cover right here in the front, there's a lot more room, and I feel like even like going around somebody's ear or just being able to see around the blade is very helpful when you look at it in this position like this, like you're looking at it, like if I'm going like this and doing my lineups, it just gives you a lot more room, and it's a better visual. And I mean, I've accustomed myself to using this machine in this way now. Next step is I'm going to test it on myself real quick, okay? So this is our modified blade now. Once I always modify my blades, or I line up my blades, or anytime you modify your blades or change your blades, always test it on yourself. I always do. And the way I test it is I always hit my hand like this and see if I feel pain, if I feel a cut. And I don't. It feels smooth. As you guys can see right here, that's a hitter. Takes down the hair easy. Cuts perfect. Doesn't hurt. Set perfectly. Position. Okay guys, that's pretty much it for this video. It's simple as that if you're interested in Skeletorizing your own machine. Like I promised you guys in some of my other videos, because other subscribers were interested in how to modify this machine, and this is why I made this video, and this is why I'm here. I'm here to help out. I am going to give this machine away once I hit 300 subscribers. So subscribe, comment below, stay active on my channel. If you stay active, you got a great chance of winning it. Once I get to 300 subscribers, I will make another video. It will be a video giveaway, and I will be giving this machine out. Right now, I'm at 120, so we're a little bit away. I'm shooting for a month to get there. My channel is growing, and it's growing fast, so I'm happy with that. So if you guys like this video, I say again, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up. And we'll stay tuned for the giveaway in a month or two coming up. Thanks for watching, guys.